All right, I'm working on my chain tensioner. So the chain's gonna go right through there. So I came about an inch off of the side of it, and I made a little tab, which I have currently misplaced. Oh, here it is. I made this little tab. So I'm gonna come in here and weld this guy on and hopefully get it straight. And yeah, that should make a good chain tensioner. All right, I got that made. Looks pretty good. So this hole bolts to the drum. This hole bolts to the frame, and then I've got this and a little brace to hold the cable, which will connect to this. Not too bad to make. All right, I got her all sanded down. Now I gotta come touch up a few spots where I took stuff off, added stuff on. And I'm gonna do it with some Rust-Oleum semi-gloss black. There she is, painted up all nice. Had to remove the shock so I could get in there and paint up the brackets and all. Yep, looks good. Now she's pretty much ready for assembly. All right, so before I mount this thing, I've got to actually trim some off the crank. I don't know if I showed it in another video, but I had the 44 Magnum driver machined out so I could slide it all the way up to the block almost with like maybe a 1/16 of an inch. But that requires me to trim all these right here about an inch over because my pulley is so close to the engine, well, the secondary pulley. So I'm gonna trim that off, trim this off, and then I'll be able to start on final assembly. Well, I got that done. That was kind of scary. Trimmed those off, smoothed them out, sanded them down. Cut this little extra piece off. That's kind of hot. Don't do that. If you wonder about the vacuum, it's because it sucks up most of the toxic dust. But always wear your respirator, kids. Safety first. All right, so here's what I was talking about with the clutch. I had this hole cut 30 millimeter around diameter, 14 millimeter deep. I had to get that done at the machine shop. I couldn't rig up anything to do that. But this, instead of my clutch being like here with this big 1 inch gap, it goes almost all the way to the block. And I also had to trim the head for secondary clearance because the secondary will be opening up this way. But yeah, that allows me to shift the motor over this way, giving me more leg room here and more leg room here at the same time, because you don't want that sucker grinding up on your leg.
Make sure you give us 100 thumbs up and like and subscribe and hit